This is not just pocket change, this is hidden treasure sitting quietly in collections and drawers across America and the world, and today we are diving into 3 of the most wanted Jefferson nickels that collectors are hunting. Like gold, the 1977, the 1979, and the 1980 coins that look ordinary at first glance but can explode in value when the right rare features are found. Imagine holding a simple 5-cent coin and discovering it could be worth hundreds, even thousands at auctions, where serious collectors battle to own the finest examples. These nickels are not just coins, they are pieces of history with secrets waiting to be revealed. The 1977 Jefferson nickel becomes a true prize when found with full steps, strong strike, and flawless surfaces because collectors pay premium prices for coins that show perfect detail, especially those graded in high mint state where auction prices can climb dramatically, turning a small coin into a big payday. Now, step into the mystery of the 1979 Jefferson nickel, where rare mint errors and exceptional condition coins have shocked the market with surprising selling prices, off-center strikes, double dies, and pristine uncirculated examples are the kind of discoveries that can transform an everyday coin into a collector dream, with rising demand pushing values higher every year. And then comes the 1980 Jefferson nickel, a coin that many overlook. Yet within this year lies hidden gems, including full-step masterpieces and rare error varieties that can command impressive attention at auctions, where experienced buyers know exactly what to look for and are willing to pay strong money for the best of the best. These 3 nickels are proof that value is not always obvious, and the next big find could already be in your pocket or coin jar waiting to be discovered. So before you spend another nickel, take a closer look, because what seems small today could turn into a valuable treasure tomorrow. Welcome, coin hunters and treasure seekers, to the most electrifying, mind-blowing, and jaw-dropping deep dive into one of the most underrated yet absolutely stunning coins in all of American numismatic history. Today we are cracking open the secrets of the 1977 Jefferson nickel, and trust me when I say this episode is going to absolutely shatter everything you thought you knew about this incredible 5-cent piece. So buckle up, because we are going on a wild, explosive, and frankly shocking ride through time, rarity, errors, mint marks, and the kind of hidden value that makes collectors go absolutely crazy. So let us start at the very beginning, because without knowing the history of the Jefferson nickel, you simply cannot understand why the 1977 version is such a fascinating and potentially valuable piece in your collection. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced way back in 1938, replacing the beloved Buffalo nickel and featuring the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse, and his breathtaking Monticello estate on the reverse, designed by the brilliant Felix Schlag. This coin has been a staple of American pocket change for decades, but do not let that fool you into thinking it is ordinary, because hiding inside those billions of minted coins are some absolutely earth-shattering rarities and errors that have sent collectors into a complete frenzy. Now let us talk about the 1977 Jefferson nickel specifically. And oh boy, is this where things get seriously exciting. In 1977, the United States Mint was producing nickels at 2 primary facilities: the Philadelphia Mint, which struck coins with no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, which placed the iconic tiny letter D on the coins. And right there already, we have one of the most important factors in determining value, which is the mint mark, or the absence of one. Because here is the shocking truth, that most people walking around with these coins in their pockets have absolutely no idea about certain mint marks, and certain production years create dramatically different levels of scarcity. And the 1977 Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how location of production can completely transform what a coin is worth. Now, the rarity factor of the 1977 Jefferson nickel goes far deeper than just mint marks, and this is where your heart is going to start racing, because we need to talk about errors and varieties. And these are the hidden gems, the secret treasures that turn an ordinary 5-cent coin into something that collectors will pay astonishing, eye-watering prices to get their hands on. Errors on coins happen during the minting process, when something goes wrong, and the result is a coin that is completely unique or part of a very limited group of mistakenly produced pieces. On the 1977 Jefferson nickel, collectors have documented some truly breathtaking error varieties, including double die errors, where the design elements appear to be doubled or blurred, creating a ghost-like, almost supernatural appearance on the coin face. Double die errors are among the most sought-after and jaw-droppingly valuable mistakes in all of coin collecting, and when you find one on a 1977 nickel, you are holding something that could be worth many times its face value. There are also stunning examples of off-center strikes, where the coin was not properly aligned in the press during striking, resulting in a design that appears shifted or dramatically off-center. These visually shocking coins are wildly popular with collectors because they look so dramatically different from a normal coin, and that difference means serious money. Another heart-stopping error, variety 2. Look for, on the 1977 Jefferson nickel, is the repunched mint mark variety, where the mint mark was stamped more than once in slightly different positions, creating a dramatic blurry or doubled mint mark that is visible under magnification. These varieties were especially common in older coin production methods, and finding one in your collection is like finding buried treasure. Then we have strike-through errors, where foreign material got between the die and the blank planchette during striking, leaving a mysterious and beautiful impression in the coin and full steps designation, which is perhaps the most electrically exciting grading factor specific to Jefferson nickels. Full steps refers to the appearance of the steps on Monticello, on the reverse of the coin when these steps are fully struck with crisp, clean lines. The coin earns the coveted full steps designation, abbreviated as FS, and this designation can send the value of a 1977 Jefferson nickel into the stratosphere, making it worth dramatically more than a NaN full steps example, because here is the mind-blowing reality: most Jefferson nickels, including many from 1977, were weakly struck and do not show those full steps, which means finding a perfectly struck full steps example is genuinely rare and genuinely thrilling. Now let us talk about condition and grading, because this is where the auction world gets truly wild and shocking. Professional coin grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, evaluate coins on a scale from 1 to 70, and the difference between a coin graded Ms. 60 and one graded Ms. 65 or higher can be absolutely staggering in terms of value. A circulated 1977 Jefferson nickel in average condition might be worth just face value or a tiny premium, but a pristine, uncirculated example in mint state grades, especially with the full steps designation, can command prices that will make your jaw hit the floor at auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack Bowers, where serious collectors and investors battle it out for the finest known examples of coins. Just like this one. Speaking of auctions, the world of rare coin auctions is one of the most thrilling and adrenaline-pumping environments you can imagine, where collectors from around the world compete fiercely to own the absolute best examples of coins that might never come up for sale. Again, the 1977 Jefferson nickel in top grades has appeared at major auctions, and the results have been genuinely shocking to casual observers who had no idea that a coin they might have tossed into a jar without a second thought could be worth serious collecting dollars. And this brings us to one of the most important and thrilling points of this entire video, which is that the coins you need to be hunting for are hiding in plain sight. They are in old coin rolls, they are in inherited collections, they are in jars and drawers, in attics and basements all across America, and knowing what to look for on the 1977 Jefferson nickel specifically could make you the next person celebrating a jaw-dropping find. Now we also need to discuss the fascinating world of proof coins, because in 1977, the San Francisco Mint was producing proof Jefferson nickels bearing the S mint mark. These proof coins were specially made using polished dies and polished planchettes, resulting in mirror-like surfaces and extraordinarily sharp detail, and they were sold directly to collectors in special proof sets rather than being released into general circulation. These proof coins are breathtakingly beautiful, and certain proof errors from this era are extraordinarily scarce and valuable, making them absolute holy grail pieces for serious collectors. The 1977 proof Jefferson nickel with an S mint mark in perfect proof 70 condition is a genuinely stunning and collectible piece that represents the absolute pinnacle of mint production quality from that era. The historical context of 1977 also adds tremendous depth and richness to the story of this coin, because America in 1977 was a nation in transition. It was the year Jimmy Carter was inaugurated as president, the year Star Wars exploded onto the world stage, in the year that America was still feeling the economic pressures of the mid-70s, and those economic pressures actually had a direct impact on coin production and quality at the mint, adding yet another layer of fascinating historical significance to every single 1977 Jefferson nickel ever struck. Now let's talk about what makes collectors absolutely obsessed with collecting Jefferson nickels as a series, because understanding the collector mindset helps explain why certain dates and mint marks command such shocking prices. The Jefferson nickel series has a number of genuinely rare key dates and semi-key dates that every serious collector desperately needs to complete a full set, and the presence of these keys means that collectors are always hunting, always searching, always examining coins, hoping to pull that one spectacular example that completes their collection or sends their collection value soaring to new heights. The 1950 D. Jefferson nickel, for example, is one of the most famous key dates in the entire series, with a mintage of only about 2.6 million coins, making it dramatically scarcer than most other dates in the series. But even NaN key date coins like the 1977 nickel can achieve shocking values when they are found in superb condition with full steps, and this is what makes the Jefferson nickel series so endlessly exciting and rewarding for collectors at every level, from beginners to advanced numismatists with decades of experience. When you hold a 1977 Jefferson nickel in your hand and really look at it under good lighting and perhaps a magnifying glass, you are participating in a centuries-old tradition of careful observation and appreciation that connects you directly to every collector who has ever examined this coin before you, and every collector who will examine it after you, and that connection to history and to the community of passionate collectors worldwide is part of what makes coin collecting such a spectacularly rewarding hobby and potentially lucrative pursuit. So the next time you come across a 1977 Jefferson nickel, do not just drop it in the change jar without a second thought. The story of the 1979 Jefferson nickel begins with the enduring legacy of Thomas Jefferson, a figure whose presence on American coinage symbolizes intellect, vision, and the birth of a nation. And as collectors dive into the world of this seemingly ordinary coin, they uncover a fascinating mix of hidden value, surprising rarity, and electrifying auction moments that can transform a simple 5-cent piece into a treasure worth far more than its face value. And what makes the 1979 Jefferson nickel so thrilling is not just its history, but the secrets it holds within its metal composition, minting process, and the subtle details that only sharp-eyed collectors truly appreciate, as the coin was produced during a time when the United States Mint was striking millions upon millions of nickels across facilities like United States Mint in Philadelphia and Denver. These coins flooded into circulation, meaning that at first glance, the 1979 nickel might seem incredibly common, yet within this ocean of coins lie rare varieties, mint errors, and high-grade specimens that command astonishing prices in the collector market. And this is where the excitement truly begins, because understanding the factors that drive value is like unlocking a vault of hidden wealth. And the journey starts with mint marks, where coins struck in Philadelphia typically carry no mint mark, while those from Denver bear the small but crucial D. And while both mints produce massive quantities, subtle differences in strike quality, luster, and preservation can dramatically influence desirability, especially when collectors hunt for coins graded at the highest levels, such as MS65, MS66, or even the elusive MS67, where the price can skyrocket due to extreme scarcity. In top condition, and speaking of condition, the role of grading cannot be overstated, because coins that have remained untouched by wear retaining their original mint luster, sharp details, and flawless surfaces are incredibly rare given how widely circulated these nickels were. And as grading services like Professional Coin Grading Service and Numismatic Guarantee Company evaluate these coins, they assign grades that can mean the difference between a coin worth a few cents and one worth hundreds or even thousands, and collectors are constantly chasing that perfect example, the one coin that stands out above all others in brilliance and preservation. And then there are the thrilling world of mint errors, which add an entirely new dimension of value and intrigue, because errors are accidental creations of the minting process, making each one unique and highly sought after. And for the 1979 Jefferson nickel, these errors can include off-center strikes where the design is misaligned, clipped planchettes where a portion of the coin is missing, double dies where design elements appear duplicated, and even rare transitional errors that ignite fierce bidding wars among collectors who crave something truly extraordinary. And imagine the adrenaline rush of discovering such an error in your pocket change, a seemingly ordinary coin suddenly revealed to be a rare anomaly worth a fortune. And auctions have proven time and time again that collectors are willing to pay significant sums for these rare finds, with standout examples fetching impressive prices, especially when certified and preserved in pristine condition. And beyond errors and grades, the composition of the coin also plays a role, as the 1979 Jefferson nickel is composed of a copper-nickel blend, giving it durability but also making it less intrinsically valuable in metal content, which shifts the focus entirely onto rarity, condition, and collector demand. And demand itself is driven by a passionate community of numismatists who study, collect, and trade coins with relentless enthusiasm, always searching for the next hidden gem. And within this community, the 1979 nickel holds a unique place as a coin that bridges the gap between common circulation pieces and collectible rarities, offering both beginners and seasoned collectors an accessible yet exciting challenge. And the historical context of the late 1970s adds another layer of intrigue, as the United States was navigating economic changes, inflation concerns, and evolving minting technologies, all of which subtly influenced coin production and quality. And when collectors examine a 1979 nickel, they are not just looking at a piece of metal, but a snapshot of history frozen in time, a tangible connection to an era of transformation and resilience. And as we dive deeper into the market dynamics, it becomes clear that not all 1979 nickels are created equal, because factors such as strike sharpness, surface preservation, toning, and even eye appeal can dramatically impact value, with coins displaying attractive natural toning, often commanding premiums due to their unique aesthetic. And the role of auctions cannot be ignored, as platforms bring together buyers and sellers from around the world, creating competitive environments where rare specimens achieve record Breaking prices and the thrill of bidding, the anticipation of winning, and the prestige of owning a top-grade example all contribute to the allure of collecting. And for those who are new to the hobby, the 1979 Jefferson nickel serves as a perfect entry point, offering a blend of affordability and the potential for discovery, while experienced collectors continue to hunt for the finest known examples, pushing the boundaries of what these coins can achieve in value. And one of the most shocking aspects is how a coin that was once worth only 5 cents can now be valued at hundreds or more under the right conditions, proving that treasure can indeed hide in plain sight. And as you explore your own collection, or even your spare change, keep in mind that the next valuable coin could be right in your hands, waiting to be recognized and appreciated. And this sense of possibility is what makes coin collecting so addictive, so exhilarating, and so rewarding, because every coin tells a story. Every detail holds a clue, and every discovery brings a surge of excitement that keeps collectors coming back for more. And the 1979 Jefferson nickel stands as a testament to this thrill, a coin that may appear ordinary but holds within it the potential for extraordinary value, rarity, and fascination. Inviting you to look closer, dig deeper, and uncover the hidden treasures of the numismatic world. Asterisk, if you want the most money for your 1979 Jefferson nickel, you need to avoid the biggest mistake most people make, which is selling too fast and too cheap, because this coin only brings big money under the right conditions and strategy. First, understand that most 1979 nickels are common but a high grade, or era coin can be worth serious cash, so before selling, you must check 3 things: condition, mint mark, and eras. Look closely at the coin under light if it has sharp details, full steps on the building, clean surfaces, and strong shine. It could be valuable, especially if it has a D mint mark or no mint mark from Philadelphia. Next step is grading, because raw coins rarely sell for top dollar. Serious buyers trust certified coins, so sending your coin to professional coin grading service or numismatic guarantee company can multiply its value, especially if it grades MS65 or higher. Without grading, you are leaving money on the table. Now here is where many people lose money, choosing the wrong place to sell. If your coin is average, do not waste time with high-end auctions, but if it is high grade or has errors, then selling at major auction platforms like Heritage Auctions can create bidding wars and push the price much higher than fixed selling for normal coins. Your best option is online marketplaces like eBay, where you can reach global buyers, but the trick is presentation use. Clear close-up photos show both sides, highlight any error or shine, and use powerful keywords like rare, error, high grade, full steps. Collectors search for these exact terms. Timing also matters. Selling when demand is high, such as during coin collecting trends, or when similar coins are selling well, can boost your price. Always check completed listings to see real market value, not guesses. Another powerful move is selling to collectors, not dealers, because dealers need profit, so they offer less, while collectors will pay more for something they want. Joining coin groups, forums, or local clubs can connect you directly to buyers who appreciate your coin. If your coin has a visible error, like doubling off center strike or unusual shape, do not clean it. Never clean coins, because it destroys value. Instead, highlight the error clearly and consider professional authentication, because rare errors can explode in price when verified. Finally, patience is money. The biggest sales happen when sellers wait for the right buyer, not the first offer. If your coin is truly high grade or rare, hold firm price confidently and let competition drive value up. If you want, you can tell me the condition or send details of your coin, and I can estimate a realistic price and best-selling strategy for your exact piece. Welcome, coin hunters and treasure seekers, to another jaw-dropping episode, where today we are diving deep into one of the most underrated and secretly thrilling coins sitting right inside your pocket. Change the 1980 Jefferson nickel, and trust me, by the end of this video, your hands will be shaking every time you touch one of these little silver-colored discs, because what most people have absolutely no idea about is that this tiny 5-cent piece is hiding some of the most mind-blowing secrets in all of American numismatic history. So buckle up, because we are going on a wild ride, starting with the fascinating history of the Jefferson nickel program, which launched all the way back in 1938 when German-born artist Felix Schlag won a national competition to design the coin featuring founding father Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his magnificent Monticello estate on the reverse. And this design became one of the most beloved and longest-running coin designs in United States history, carrying with it decades of stories, secrets, and absolutely stunning, rare discoveries that would make any collector lose their mind. Now, when we zoom into the year 1980, specifically, this was a pivotal and electrifying moment in American coinage history, because the United States Mint was producing Jefferson nickels at 2 primary facilities: the Philadelphia Mint, which struck coins with no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, which stamped its coins with a bold letter D. And here is where things get wildly interesting, because the difference between a coin from Philadelphia and a coin from Denver can mean the difference between a coin worth 5 cents and a coin worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars to the right collector. And you absolutely need to know how to spot these differences before you carelessly spend one of these hidden treasures at a vending machine. Now, speaking of mint marks, let us talk about something that sends chills down every serious collector's spine, and that is mint mark errors and varieties on the 1980 Jefferson nickel, because the mint was going through significant changes during this era, and with change comes chaos, and with chaos comes the most insanely valuable error coins that pop up in circulation completely unannounced, waiting for a sharp-eyed hunter like you to rescue them from obscurity. And one of the most shocking things you need to know is that in 1980, the United States Mint was transitioning away from the old practice of hand-punching mint marks into individual dies and moving toward a new system, where mint marks were added to the master hub, and this transition period created a window of opportunity for some of the most spectacular and valuable double die errors, over mint mark, varieties repunched, mint marks, and striking anomalies that collectors today are absolutely obsessed with hunting down. And we are talking about coins where the lettering appears boldly doubled, where the date shows ghostly doubling, and where the mint mark itself appears to be in two places at once, creating a visual spectacle that immediately tells you that you are holding something extraordinarily special and potentially worth a fortune. Now let us talk about rarity, grades, and condition, because this is where the real treasure hunting magic happens, and where a coin that looks ordinary to the untrained eye reveals itself to be a hidden masterpiece. When examined under a loupe, the 1980 Jefferson nickel in circulated grades might only fetch a few cents above face value, but when you start climbing the grade scale into mint state territory, the values explode dramatically. And a 1980 Jefferson nickel graded Ms. 65 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can command prices that would absolutely blow your mind compared to what your grandparents spent this coin on at the corner store. And the reason is simple: supply and demand, because while millions of these coins were minted, the vast majority were spent, used, worn, and destroyed, leaving only a precious few survivors in pristine, uncirculated condition to satisfy the hunger of thousands of passionate collectors worldwide. Now here is something that makes the 1980 Jefferson nickel even more electrifying for collectors, and that is the concept of full steps designation, which is one of the most exciting and competitive aspects of Jefferson nickel collecting. And what full steps means is that the steps of Monticello on the reverse of the coin are completely and fully struck with sharp, crisp, well-defined steps, showing absolutely no weakness or flatness in achieving the coveted FS designation from a top grading service can multiply the value of a 1980 Jefferson nickel by an absolutely staggering amount, turning what appears to be an ordinary coin into a certified trophy piece that serious collectors will aggressively bid on at auction. And here is the jaw-dropping reality that most people never realize, which is that full steps 1980 Jefferson nickels are genuinely scarce because the dies used to strike these coins often wore down quickly or were not perfectly aligned, causing the delicate architectural details of Monticello to come out flat and mushy on the vast majority of coins struck that year, meaning that every single full steps example that exists today is a numismatic miracle that survived against all odds. Now let us pivot to the auction world, because this is where the true value of rare 1980 Jefferson nickels gets revealed in the most dramatic fashion imaginable, and major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack, and Bowers, and great collections regularly feature certified high-grade examples of this coin that sell for prices that make even experienced collectors gasp out loud. And when a pristine Ms. 67 full steps 1980 Jefferson nickel hits the auction block, bidders from around the world compete ferociously, driving prices to levels that seem almost incomprehensible for a coin that was once worth just 5 cents. And this is the beautiful, shocking truth about coin collecting, which is that rarity, condition, and collector demand can transform the most humble everyday coins into legitimate financial assets and cultural treasures that appreciate in value year after year, decade after decade. Now we absolutely cannot finish this video without talking about one of the most thrilling aspects of the 1980 Jefferson nickel, and that is the world of error coins, because nothing gets a collector's heart pounding faster than discovering a genuine mint error, and the 1980 Jefferson nickel produced some absolutely sensational examples, including off-center strikes where the coin design is dramatically shifted, creating a lopsided appearance that is visually stunning and immediately valuable, and broad-struck errors where the coin was struck without being properly contained in the collar, resulting in a wider, thinner coin with a distinctly alien appearance, and double-struck coins, where the planchette went through the striking process twice, creating a ghost image, overlapping the primary design in a way that is completely hypnotic to look at. And then there are the die cap errors, the clipped planchettes, the wrong planchette errors, and the incredibly rare transitional errors that occur when coins are accidentally struck on planchettes intended for entirely different denominations, creating hybrid monsters that are among the most jaw-dropping and fiercely contested error coins in all of numismatics. And if you ever come across a 1980 Jefferson nickel that looks even slightly wrong or unusual, do not spend it, do not lose it. Put it in a protective holder and get it authenticated immediately, because you could be holding something worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. And the story of the 1980 Jefferson nickel is ultimately the story of American coinage, itself a story of art and history, commerce, and craftsmanship, mistakes and masterpieces all rolled into one tiny 5-cent package that most people ignore completely, but that a passionate community of dedicated collectors knows contains secrets and surprises that never stop revealing themselves. And the most exciting part of all is that these coins are still out there, hiding in jars and piggy banks and old dresser drawers and forgotten coin rolls, waiting for someone with the knowledge and the passion to recognize their true worth and rescue them from obscurity. So go check your change right now. Go dig through those old coin jars. Go ask your relatives if they have any old nickels tucked away somewhere, because the 1980 Jefferson nickel might just be your golden ticket into one of the most rewarding hobbies and investment strategies that the modern world has to offer. And if you found this video helpful and eye-opening, smash that like button right now, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another treasure hunting deep dive, and drop a comment below telling us the rarest coin you have ever personally discovered, because this community of collectors is the most passionate and supportive group of treasure hunters on the entire internet, and we cannot wait to hear your incredible stories. See you in the next video.